Hello and welcome to an episode of Historically Marked. This is a Route 66 edition and also a Madonna the Trail edition. Alright, so this is the fourth Madonna the Trail statue I have visited. You've probably seen my episodes where I visited the one in Illinois, New Mexico, Missouri, and then in California. And I hope someday I get to visit all 12 of them. We'll see about that because there's a lot of them on the National Road as well as parts of the Santa Fe Trail and the Old Trails Road. And that's where the statue comes in. So this is going to be a very interesting episode. I mean, this is nothing to get bored about because, I mean, there's always something significant about all these statues. So I'll go ahead and tell all the history. Here we go. So what we're looking at here is the last of the 12 statues as you're heading west. This is really close to Los Angeles, Pasadena, and all the other suburbs. So a little story about how it ended up here in Upland. So the statue almost went to San Bernardino, which is about 20 miles east of here, maybe a little bit more. But San Bernardino, they weren't really that enthused about it. So the city did not like its proposed location. I don't know exactly where that would have been, but they also refused to pay the $1,500 fine for the base. I'm sorry, not fine, but the $1,500 fee for the statue base. And also, of course, the controversial nature of the statue may have also played a role. But Upland, on the other hand, they were able to convince the Daughters of the American Revolution to have the statue. And it has sat here since 1929. And down here, February 1st, 1929, dedication, and exactly 50 year later, it was rededicated in 1979. Now, 6 years from now, which is 2020, I'm sorry, well, actually 7 years from now is 2029. So I imagine they're going to have a 100-year anniversary of this statue. So it's going to be exciting. So who knows who will be around by that time. Hopefully I will be. But most of these had the same inscription. This trail, trod by the Padres in Spanish days, became under Mexican rule. The road connecting San Bernardino and Los Angeles, later the American Post Road. And one thing I forgot to mention is this is the second one on Route 66. Well, this is actually literally on Route 66 currently, the old historic Route 66. Now, the one I visited in Albuquerque, that used to be on Route 66. The one in Arizona, which I have not yet visited, is in Springerville. That was an hour out of the way. That's about south of Holbrook. And that is my friend Adventure Vin. He just wanted to come check this out. But on the back it says the National Old Trails Road. It is said that the Old Trails Road made its way all the way to San Francisco from here. But on that plaque down there it says dedicated to the bicentennial of the Constitution of the United States of America, California State Society, the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution, November 6, 1987. And then another historical inscription. Over this trail, November 1826, Jedediah Smith, seeking a river flowing westward, led a band of 16 trappers, the first Americans to enter California overland. Wow. All right, so this is the first time I've seen this on one of the statues. I don't know how close I can get to it. I really don't want to step on the landscaping, but you can see August Lineback's signature engraved on the foot of that statue. Pretty cool, if you ask me. And as you heard me say in the intro, this is the fourth one that I have visited, so that makes it 1/3 of the statues. There are 12 total. Goes all the way from Maryland, West Virginia, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona, and finally California. That's probably the fastest time I'll ever say those states. But these statues, let me go back to the front here. So all these statues are 18 feet tall, placed from 1928 to 1929. Now, a lot of these were placed during 1928, but like I said, this one was placed in 1929. And then they were a tribute to the women who were traveled with their husbands and kids on the historic roads. Now, I don't really know how appropriate this is, but this is also called a monument. I don't really like the wordplay on a lot of these internet words like momster and I don't know, all these other ones. Now, behind the statue are these flags: the Republic of California, the city of Upland, California, and then you also have the United States flag. And doesn't look like the lighting seems to be working. So this is the Ye Bridle Path from Upland to the mountains. So this is kind of a mini park. Now, at the same time, as you can see, this serves as a median to where Euclid Avenue is, and this is it right here, north and south. Now, going back to the origins of these statues, 1924, a woman, Mrs. John Trigg Moss, who was the chairman of the Daughters of the American Revolution, submitted plans for a monument that included the statue designed by August Leimbach, who was from St. Louis and who did all these identical statues. And another thing worth noting is this is a California historical landmark. Now, they number them pretty accurately, and normally they have plaques to mark these. I thought there was one here. I thought I'd seen a picture of one. Maybe it got removed at some point in time. But this is California marker 1028. You gotta be on that one, 1028. I'd like to visit all the California landmarks, but I'm sure it's impossible for any individual to travel through all of them because most of us forget that California is a very huge state. So if you want to see this, you're probably, I mean, a lot of people are probably looking at me like I'm crazy doing a video right in the middle of the a very busy intersection. But you can't see it, but there's a McDonald's just right over there. That's where me and my friend Vince parked at. Vince is here with me. He decided not to do a video here, but from the old McDonald's over there, there's a walkway, a pathway that leads to here, and then you gotta cross the busy intersection twice. There's also an adjacent parking lot over there at a shopping center, but McDonald's is good too. So again, this is Foothill Boulevard. That's Euclid Avenue. All right, thanks so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. Stay tuned for more Route 66 episodes. I am Jason in Upland, California, signing off.